Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Trasher Football. Today we're going to discuss, in my opinion, some of the most ugliest jerseys in college football history. Now, first, I do want to start off and say this is just purely my opinion. If you like some of these uniforms that I don't, then I'm sorry, that's just your opinion, and your opinion is wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But without further ado, let's get into it. First off, I do want to say these uniforms right here, Michigan State Spartans, they played these unis against Illinois in 2019. I do want to say that the green, just the normal green, is fine. It's fine. It looks like a normal Michigan State jersey, but the big ugly radioactive neon green look on the front, I wouldn't even mind if it looked smaller. But it looks like it's running off of the jersey. Like, bro, you had enough space. Did the Photoshop editor break when they were trying to make these jerseys and it accidentally just made the state logo super big? Like, yeah, we know you're Michigan State. If you weren't Michigan State and just Michigan, you wouldn't be green. You'd be yellow. This is honestly just one of the worst, most disgusting jerseys and uniforms. Like, the pants are fine, but on everything, that jersey's ugly. Even the Michigan State logo on the shoulder pad is really bad too. Up next, I have probably very weird jersey right here is Maryland State flag tribute jersey / helmet combo. Yeah, now yes, I know this is, as it is in the name, this is a tribute to their state flag. But Maryland's entire state flag is just ugly in general. I mean, just the rest of the jersey, if it were just white jersey right there, it would look fine. But it's not a good color combo. Red, black, and red, especially split down the middle. It's, I don't even know where to go from here. It's just bad. It's boring and it's bad. Sorry, Maryland. Okay, so right here I have Iowa State's throwback uniforms. Now, I don't know when they broke these out, though. But honest to God, I know that they're old throwbacks, and I know that a lot of the old college football uniforms used to kind of have those old type of stripes, but they didn't have player numbers on the front. So even if these were throwbacks without player numbers, they look fine, but you actually need numbers on the jersey. But I can't help but think that those little stripes down the middle looks like the top of a McDonald's French fry box when you're looking in there about to grab another fry and you see one of those yellow cheeky little turds staring back at you. Yeah, those little French fries in the McDonald's box is all I see here. Or maybe even a couple of French toast sticks. I don't know if I'm just fat or if these college football jerseys right here for Iowa State are just ugly, ugly. And it makes it even worse that they're like a puke yellow. Those are just bad. And up next, I gotta go with these Georgia unis that they played in the Chick-fil-A kickoff game at some point in the past. Don't even know what game they played right here. And honestly, I have to say, I used to like these uniforms. But the older that I got and the more common sense I got into becoming an adult, I realized these are kind of ugly. I mean, the red is kind of like a dull red. The number in the center of the jersey's fine. It's a kind of normal font, but it's a black with a kind of a gray outline. But for all of it, the black shoulders look good, but it's the helmet. Like, the full gray helmet would have worked just fine, but they had to go extra with the extra thick red centerpiece that goes all the way back to the very back of the helmet. It looks like somebody put a big fat hot dog in between two gray buns and slapped the Georgia logo on the sides of them. These are just an awful, awful uniform pairing right here for Georgia. Up next, I'm going with these absolutely rotten Notre Dame jersey uniforms I say jersey uniforms, the entire things are ugly, especially the pants. They're also a puke Dijon mustard yellow. I like the helmets. They're a nice shiny gold that has a good reflective surface on them. But oh my God, those jerseys, they look like fried okra, okay? They look like somebody took an Irish pub and filled it with fried okra to the brim. I don't know why. but that specifically sticks in my mind. That these are just, I mean, they make me want to throw up. They're that bad. And I like Notre Dame. They've had some good uniforms, but these ain't it, man. The Irish need to go all the way back to the other side of the rainbow to find a better uniform than these. And right here for my first honorable mention before we get to the number one worst jersey in college football history, I gotta go with my Florida Gators right here. As you see, Chris Leak, and this just looks like the normal blue, jersey with the orange combo. But if you look at his left shoulder, what is that butt ugly random orange patch in the middle of his shoulder? He looks like he's got like a growth on his shoulder that's spreading like some orange venom across the blue uniforms. Those are just that's not it, man. They should have just gone with the normal blues or just created something more than that. Not only is it ugly, it's not good for the eyes, but it's just lazy. I mean, you could have done something way better than that. At least make the other shoulder orange too and just make the center thing of the jersey blue. That would have made it look a lot better than that hideous structure. Next up in the honorable mentions, I have to pick what in the blue hell, or should I say the yellow hell, these Minnesota alternate uniforms right here are. Not only is this just an ugly piss yellow color, but the absolutely cringy, cartoony logo of the gopher on the side of the helmets. If I'm a Big Ten team and I'm playing against this Minnesota team and I see them come out of there, I'm not going to be frightened. I'm going to point and laugh because that's the goofiest mascot logo for any alternate team. I don't care what you want to say, alternate logo or whatever. If I see that, I'm going to think I'm watching Looney Tunes or an old Disney cartoon. I'm going to sit there and laugh. That's silly. It makes you look like a goober. It makes you look like a goofy goober. And last but not least on my honorable mentions list right here, I gotta go with whatever in the world Wisconsin tried going with right here. At least I think that's Wisconsin based off of the little 30 seconds of research I did for this throwaway goofy video right here. I mean, if you could have just done the W where the number 28 is and put the number 28 in the middle. And you could have chosen a different font for the W. You could have even put the Wisconsin W logo right there in the middle. This you know what this looks like? This looks like a periodic table code right here, y'all. Or a little tile on the periodic table. I feel like I'm about to find the freaking element for a W, which honestly, these are not a W. These are a complete L of a uniform, y'all. This is a very basic and ugly and just boring and lazy uniform right here. And last but not least, I feel like all of you would have to agree with me right here. The worst uniform in college football has to go back to my Gators again when they threw these absolutely awful, atrocious, disgusting, horrifying, puke-inducing, nightmare-inducing, scary Terry uniforms right here that Florida brought in 2017 against Texas A&M. The one and only gator skin unis. Now, in concept, it's a cool idea, but the shade of green that they went with, they don't even match if you really look at it. The helmet's kind of like a black, and they even turned the gator logo into like a black gator logo. Like they turned the saturation down on the green of the gator and turned it to like a greenish black. Then you look at the jersey and it's kind of like a dark beige green that's got like all these gator scales on it. And then you look at the pants and they're kind of like a tan puke green. They're awful. Nonetheless, you look at the big orange lettering in the middle of the green jersey right there and they just look completely awful, to be honest. And then you have the blue surrounding it, and then you have the orange Nike logo with the SEC logo patch. I mean, these are undoubtedly the worst uniforms in college football history. And this is coming from a Gator fan. This is coming from a guy who has watched Florida Gator football all his life. Those are so bad. I remember watching them live when they first played the game because I didn't even know they were going to play them, honestly. This was about 7 years ago. This upcoming season will be 7. And I remember thinking it, and I'm thinking, this is probably going to make us a worse team just because they look so awful. And honest to God, we were pretty awful in 2017 to say the least. But thankfully, Jim McElwain, shark lover man, is gone from Florida. And then we got Dan Mullen, but that's a whole nother story in of itself. Those jerseys are just honestly, man, like I'm getting heartburn just looking at them. It makes me want to throw up. They're that bad. But if you want to see me make goofy little videos like this, because I'm recording this at 6 in the morning on little to no sleep because I don't feel good. If you want to see stupid little goofy like videos like this discussing college football topics, make sure you leave a like down below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Leave a comment on any cool video ideas that you have later in the future for me. I'll read them, probably make a video out of them. I'll also shout you out in the video. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later.